I would love to just get a glimpse of what it looks like inside your mind when you're concepting these things.
I have so many ideas for that. Like, it would be so cool.
This is quite the experience.
It's been a process for sure.
It's bizarre in the best way possible. Melanie Martinez, this is quite the experience. I want to lead with this: your Twitter and your Instagram, the one and only living deceased. And I mean, I don't know that we have a better jumping off point than that, because we've seen the infancy and the rise of Crybaby, and now the death of Crybaby, and now we have the creature. I mean, I gotta be as obvious as the balloons in the room. What's going on with the creature? Let's talk about this.
Yeah, so it's, definitely the evolution of Crybaby. It's been an 8-year journey, or longer even. And yeah, it was really fun being able to create the storyline of her childhood, and then her going through her schooling experience, sure. And then to then just, kill the character off, but then show that there is life after death, and this is her new form. So here we are.
There is life after death, and the album Portals, pretty much every song references that in one capacity or another. Going back to the trilogy of it real quick, when you first wrote Crybaby, and then the follow-up of K through 12, and then now here we are with Portals, how far in advance did you realize this is going to be a start, middle, and end? I mean, was that something from the very beginning?
Yes, from the very beginning. So from Crybaby, actually, I had already planned out K through 12. I knew where I was going next. Wow. Yeah, I love planning things in advance, because what it does is it helps me kind of evolve my concepts for visuals and stuff. If I have that kind of that background of like storyline, it's like, okay, we're gonna start here, then we're gonna go here, and then we're gonna go here. I even have my next like 4 albums planned. I love it. Like, that's
casual.
Like,
we have 4 more ready to go.
I mean, I have them planned. That doesn't mean that they're written, but they will be written at some point. But it takes me a while, like, to make each one. Even though I'll have the concept and the general understanding of the theme and what it's about, it still takes me like 4 years at this point, it seems like. I mean, that's what it's been. Each album has taken at least like 4 years, it seems, so. Or 3, 4.
To your credit, too, calling them an album almost trivializes it a little bit, because it isn't just an album. It is an experience, because you have always been so cohesive with your stage performance, to the visuals, to the songs themselves. Now, we've gotten kind of a little bit of a preview. You played Lala in Brazil,
yes.
And the creature was on stage there, and that was the first chance we've kind of seen the creature live on stage. But Lala, there are production limitations. Now we're about to enter the Portals tour.
Yeah.
And you're known for crazy stage design, incredible choreography, the feature of your background dancers too, not just people dancing alongside or behind you. It is a storyline unfolding in front of us. So as we are days at this point, not even weeks away from the jump off of Portals, how are we feeling? How are we prepared? Are we getting last minute things together?
Yeah, definitely. We have, rehearsals coming up. And yeah, we're just going over last minute, like, stage stuff, handing things in. I'm very involved with like all of the creative process. So yeah, it's been planned out for a little bit, and the show is going to evolve. So that's like my biggest kind of thing I can say is that, the first couple of tours are going to be like almost like the mini version of it, because we're, I haven't toured in like a few years. So just getting back out there, it's going to be like still having to create a show that can travel, Right. But then once we start doing, going into next year and stuff, it's gonna be amazing. Like, I have some really fun things planned that I'm excited to get into, but it's gonna be really, really incredible. That's all I could say. I don't even want to give anything away.
I don't want anything given away, because it's bizarre in the best way possible how quickly someone in my position gets accustomed to talking to the creature. But it is going to have so many left turns because of what else could be thrown at us, and to your point of how the tour evolves as you move through city to city, K through 12, you kind of experienced that. It did end prematurely due to COVID restrictions. And then you did this insanely produced and well produced virtual production of K through 12. And that was, that took what was already happening on stage and tenfolded it,
That was
and
so fun. I love live streams. I think
Yeah.
that they're so incredible because you have this ability to create really beautiful set design and
Sure.
storyline. It's really hard to travel with that kind of thing. So it's actually really fun. I hope in the future I can do another live stream for this album because I have so many ideas for that. Like, it'd be so cool.
I would love to just get a glimpse of what it looks like inside your mind when you're concepting these things.
Well, I'm trying to record. It's hard for me to like get video of everything because it's always like every day just working at something. But
Sure.
I'm trying to create some sort of, like documentary style thing where it can show the real process behind how everything is created because it's fun for me, but it's hard when like no one really knows. It's like, here you go, here's the thing, but no one really knows how it's made,
Yeah, we are in a world now where there is a certain amount of light being shed on the production of things. And I think that your average fan does have a much bigger appreciation for, we know what prosthetics are. We know what it is to be put into costume. As someone, I did a lot of special effects makeup
cool.
that was put on me when I was working for MTV at the time. And so I do know what it is to sit in a chair for that long, but other people don't. They go, oh, that's cool. Like you're on your phone. It's like, no, you got to look a certain way. You got to be doing a certain thing. But you did touch on, you are so involved in every aspect of this. And I know that you self-produced much of this album too, yourself alone. That is a wild accomplishment. So congratulations on that because this is a very, very good album. But the sound design on it, I mean, it really, it draws you in. It's the first time I heard it was on release day and it was just kind of in the background, you're going through New Music Friday releases and kind of things. And you hear that and you go, wait, something's different there. There is depth to the audio, not even before we even get into the lyrics or the actual song itself. How many different tracks are we looking at in Logic?
No, yeah. I mean, it was definitely a process. Like I said, it took, really thinking about it, I think this album took 4 years. I started working on it even during K through 12 era. So I think the first song I ever made for this album that made it to the album was Womb. So actually it's ironic because the last track of the album was the first song I ever made for it. And yeah, it's been a process for sure. Just trying different things out, experimenting. Void and Death were the first times that I actually sat down and really tried to produce something by myself.
Right.
And Void is like fully just produced by me, which is a huge accomplishment for me because I just always looked at myself as a writer primarily. And I would always be very involved with the production, but I was never the one actually like sitting down and doing it. I would like play a piano line or play the guitar and like record that and say, oh, I really like this thing here. I don't like that, or let's add this. But I was never actually the one just sitting there, working within a program. And with Void, I made it on like Pro Tools, like, which is not, it's kind of uncommon to like make a track in Pro Tools, more of like a recording kind of vibe. But for me, it was like all I was used to because I was used to like comping my own vocals and recording my own vocals over other people's tracks and adding some things here and there. But Void was the first time that I was like, no, I have this bass line in my head. I really want to put it down. And all of a sudden I just had all these melody ideas flowing and just decided to go with it and kind of conquer my fear of, what it means to be a producer, because that was the whole thing is like, it's hard trying something new, and you want to be good at it right away, but it takes time and practice really. So I think that I'm just excited to see where my producer journey leads me in the future as well.
Well, you're off to an incredible start, and I do want to touch on that really fast because I know obviously overarching the message of much of your music, but especially in Portals, is making people feel seen, addressing really important issues and struggles like anxiety, like depression. But as a creative myself too, and I'm sure I'm speaking as one of thousands of your fans, people are so often discouraged to even try because they go, well, I can't afford the nice computer, or I can't afford Logic, or I don't know how Pro Tools works. And it just that point right there. Yeah, Pro Tools is considered a professional recording software, but people feel gatekept a lot. And there's nothing wrong with working in the tools that to create. And, telling the message and using your own creativity as the forefront rather than like, oh, I can't afford the good microphone yet or the good speaker yet.
Yeah, it's important to just go for it and to just try and keep practicing because, I find that the most I always say like creativity really thrives within limitation. When I was younger, I used to create these crazy like photo shoots essentially, and
Sure.
like do hair, makeup, styling, costume, all this stuff by myself just as a high schooler. And it's because I had the limitation of, well, I don't have money to buy this, so I'm just going to make it myself. And
Right.
I think that I kind of try to tap into that even now with being able to even now have a budget for like music videos and all this stuff. I'm always looking for solutions, creative problem solving to be able to still execute the vision, and without losing and without compromising the storyline or the narrative or the vision as a whole, but still finding other routes within my means, within what I have in front of me. So it's important to do that because that's how you evolve as a creative.
Well, and to that credit as well, I could be mistaken here, but I did read something on the internet. Take it with a grain of salt because I don't know if this is true, so I want to fact check it with you. Was the Portals album cover all in camera body? There was no post editing as far as like the actual word portals and whatnot?
So the word portals that's made out of hair. The whole title, none of that. That's not a font. There's no 3D on any of the album cover.
That's an actual tactile thing that said portals wall.
It's all tactile. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all tactile. Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah. It was a set build with a video wall in the back that had 3D art on it, and then I was in full, prosthetics, costume, hair. And then, the Portals hair font is actually Sean Bennett, who's an incredible hair creator. I want to honestly call him a hair artist because he's just incredible. Made these beautiful lettering that was all made out of hair, and like sculpted it all out of hair. And then we basically took a picture of it and then just pasted it onto the front, and that's all it is. So
insane. Yeah, and it adds perfect, validance to what you were just saying as well. There is such an importance of being able to create and not be reliant on external tools that you feel like you might not have access to yet. And it's cool to see you still doing that and doing it very, very well at this point in your career and this point in the trilogy too. I mean, we're excited for the visuals from this album. I think it kind of would be almost understated for me to say I think the next music videos are going to be unique or draw you in, because I think that's already been proven just with Death. So we're very excited to see what's coming with Void and the rest of the album as well. And of course, you on stage with the Portals tour. Melanie, this is the first chance we got in the talk, but I cannot wait for the follow-up because it just seems like it's a constant evolution. So I'm excited to see what's next.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks for the time. Appreciate you.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. Really nice to talk to you.
Likewise.
Soon.